Born in 1974, she is the most famous bobtail cat in the world. But what many people don't know is that she's actually British. She was born Kitty White in the suburbs of London and created by Japanese designer Yuko Shimizu. She's 5 apples tall and her weight is equivalent to 3 apples. And Hello Kitty, or Haro Kitty, doesn't have a mouth so that people around her can project their emotions onto her freely.
We're here with the Flying Dutchman, Epke Zonderland. Epke, P-bars didn't go as planned, but high bar looked great. It looks like you'll be in the final, as usual. What improvements or what additions are you going to make for the high bar event final?
Well, first of all, I'm not so sure that I'm in the final because the score was 15-1, and normally that's not, you cannot be, confident that you're going to have a final with that score. But of course, other guys have to do it also. And for my feeling is that I had a good routine, not great, but I thought it was good enough for a final. Now I'm a little bit nervous, but if I make it to the final, then I have a lot of adjustments because first of all I wanted to start with 7.3 start value. Right now I did 7.0, and in the final I want to do a combination of Casino Coleman. That's a 2/10 bonus, and I also want to do the Gala 2 combined with the jam half. So that's going to give me a 7.8 start value. So that's a big difference with this routine I did today. So I hope I get another chance in the final.
If you're fortunate enough to make it into the event final, how are you going to catch current world high bar champion Zhang Chonglao? A lot of people believe that you should have won in Rotterdam last year. What are your thoughts on that? And you don't have to be so diplomatic.
No, first, it was a bummer that that I didn't end up first because my feeling was that I had a good routine, and his dismount with the big step, I thought that was too big. But after the competition, I saw the routines and I heard the judgment of the judges. And then I was, all right with the ending that I was second. I believe that it was a better routine, cleaner routine of his, and so I'm fine with that. But of course, I want my revenge. So, well, the plan is to make a more difficult routine. I worked on that, and if I make a 7.8, that's a half point more than last year. So I think that's the plan: do a difficult routine and as clean as last year, and then have a good chance to win this competition, I guess.
Well, that's great. 2 more questions and we'll let you go. What do you put in your hair to keep it like that?
Well, it's like a combination of gel and wax, I guess. So it's something special, but I don't like it to be too hard, so that is a little bit loose. So in the air, it's flying all directions. Yeah,
that's perfect. Now, we saw on the internet it's a tasteful picture, but a nude picture of you in this pose. What's the story behind that photograph?
Well, there was a photograph, an artist who asked me for that, and he had a gallery, and people from the art world would come there. So and he made a calendar, but it was too late for me to go on the calendar with all other sports athletes in Netherlands. But I thought for the gallery, whatever, it's for artists, But then he put it on his website, so that I didn't think about that, and then all you know, it was spread on the internet, and I didn't like that. But you know, it happened, and I have to deal with it.
I understand. Well, it looks great, and we wish you the very best here in Tokyo and beyond, and hopefully in London.
Okay, thank you.
We're here in the presence of greatness, Fabian Hambüchen. Can I call you Fabi? Is that going to be okay? Let's get to the meat of this interview here. Let's talk about your colossal start value. Do you think it's going to be enough to challenge the Chinese or Epke Zonderland if you find yourself in the apparatus finals?
Well, actually, yes. I hope my execution will be good enough to, yeah, to get along with the D scores of China's guys and Epke. I will do a D score around 7.5. I cannot do more at the moment, but should be enough if I have a really good execution. But yeah, Tsukai and Epke, they are really strong, so should be a strong final.
In 2012, we are going to retire this code of points. If you had your wish list, what would you like in the code of points?
Maybe no combinations anymore, because that's why especially Epke and Tsukai, they raise up their D scores on high bar while they're doing 3 or 4 combinations. I think on each event you should cut the combinations, and maybe, well, I love the 10-0, you know, so I would really appreciate if it get back to this one, because then you really can concentrate on your routine of your execution, not always trying to do as much difficulty as possible, because it's getting really risky and many injuries happen. So maybe 10-0 should be back, but I don't think so that the FIG or whoever that it will decide will do this.
Well, I think I can speak for the global gymnastics community. We'd like to welcome you back to the all-around. We've missed you in the all-around competition, so I know that you're very happy about that, and we're pleased to see you back. You're one of the survivors, that's what I call them, of a tendo Achilles injury. Recently, we had a superstar from the United States of America, Alicia Sacramone, suffer the same injury. If you could tell her anything right now, what would you tell her about the post-operative course and how to remain positive after an injury that at one point used to be career-ending?
Well, I mean, it was a different situation for me. I mean, I had over 1.5 year time to the Olympics when I injured my foot, and Alicia just had now 10 months to go. And I'm now at 9 months after my operation, so maybe she can make it if she's strong and if she really tries to think positive. It's not really good if she gets down into a hole of mental stuff. So she could try to do really hard and good rehab, but not to start too fast. And first of all, she should have good operation, good surgery, and I wish you all the best.
Very good. I see Daddy is over here. He's watching me, so I think this is a good time, you know, to mention you have really grown up in front of our eyes in the gymnastics community. A lot of people are so surprised that you're still so young because you've been around so long. So I'm going to show you a series of photographs. So we have this one. Tell me, you know, back here, did you ever imagine you'd be in the situation that you are now? You're one of gymnastics' greatest stars. You know, you've had an endless list of great champions from Germany. Silvio Kroll, Holger Behrendt, Mario Franke, Sven Tippelt, just endless number. When you were this age, did you ever think you were going to be among those great champions from Germany?
Well, at this age, maybe not. I won my first trophy at this picture, and well, some years later, I said, okay, I want to go to Olympics once, and then I did it with 16, and I got to Olympics at Athens, and yeah, then I know I know what I have to do, you know, and I always have fun in gymnastics, and that's why I'm still doing it, not because of success, because I have fun. It's my passion. I love it. So hopefully I have some more years to go.
Well, it's very clear that you're passionate about it. I want you to tell me what you felt, you know, in a few words. At this moment here. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it was like the greatest day of my life, I would say. I got a world champion, and especially in the home country, in Germany. So yeah, the pressure was pretty high, and nobody of us expected that Worlds would go like this. We had bronze with the team, silver on the all-around, and gold on high bar. So it was yeah, the perfect day, the perfect World Championships for me, and maybe I can hold this T-shirt above this time again. Maybe I'm hoping for a high final, and then I'm gonna do my best. But this day was incredible, so emotional, and I will never forget this.
That's great. It was a tremendous time for German gymnastics. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Very important question. Are you a lover or a fighter? Lover or a fighter?
Both, I think. When I'm doing my routines and I'm up to the podium, I'm a fighter. But when I come down, I'm a lover. I'm a friend. You know, I love all the gymnasts. We are really good friends and have a good atmosphere. But when we're up on the podium, we're fighters. Everyone wants to win, and everyone gives his best. So I'm both of it.
I think that's absolutely accurate, because we have this picture of you with Horton. Look at this picture right here. You know?
Yeah,
so that's the lover. And then here's the fighter. Here's the fighter here.
It was sponsored to me. So.
Yeah. Now, you have to tell me, what is the German fascination with David Hasselhoff? Do you like David Hasselhoff, or, you know, in the States, they make it sound like he was responsible for the Berlin Wall falling down. I don't know if he was that important, but what is the big fascination with David Hasselhoff in Germany?
I think every one of us watched Baywatch a long time, but I think not only because of David Hasselhoff, because of many other persons in that seasons. But actually, I think every one of us heard his music when we was young. But well, I think he has nothing to do with the fall of the wall. But yeah, he's a guy everyone knows.
Well, great. I'm going to show you this picture here. So we know about Baywatch, right?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about this picture here?
Well,
I think you would fit in.
I should be an actor.
Yeah, I think so, because
Looks good.
this probably looks perfect.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Funny. But the hairs are not.
Yeah, not accurate. Yeah. But Fabian, you're a great sport, and you're very important for our sport. And again, we welcome you back to the all-around competition. I know the Japanese people love you here, and the feeling is mutual. You have a very good relationship with the Japanese people. And one more question. I know that the sand in the hourglass is running low. I'm getting the signal over here. My question is, do you have any Justin Bieber fever at all? Bieber fever?
Not really.
I didn't think so, because I think what we need to have is something called the Hambüchen flu. And what the Hambüchen flu is, it's just overwhelming sense of happiness and sportsmanship and patriotism and just overall a good guy. And so I think we should all catch the Hambüchen flu. Here we are again in the presence of greatness with one of gymnastics superstars, Fabian Hambüchen. The best of luck to you, the German team in Tokyo and beyond.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
A few words about Ariella Kaeslin. While so much of the summer was dedicated to finding out what the FIG was going to do about the Code of Points quagmire and bluffing about moving the 2011 World Championships out of Tokyo, few stopped to consider the sport may have lost one of its great stars to retirement. While many have credited emotional and physical burnout as the motivating factors, Kaeslin said this: "It hurts to say goodbye, but on the other hand, I'm looking forward to this new life. My future is as open as it was when I started with the sport. I'm curious as to what it will bring to me." While tennis luminary Roger Federer has earned 4 Swiss Sportsman of the Year honors, Kaeslin is a 3-time Swiss Sportswoman of the Year. And it seems that she has her mind made up about retirement. And that's unfortunate. Because for the last half-decade, at the top of our sport, Kaeslin has had an engaging aura on the world stage in a sport wretchedly lacking it. In reality, she will not go down as one of the greatest all-arounders or vaulters in history, but she did so much to endorse the sport in Switzerland and around the world. That's why I thought it was a shame that while the FIG was playing politics this past summer, an athlete who's done more to promote the sport globally than the dim-witted 3-up, 3-count final format will ever do, quietly and quickly
slipped out the side door of retirement. We'll miss her signature butterfly-toting leotards in the vault and all-around finals. And when asked what butterflies meant to her, she said that they symbolized taking flight. Well, perhaps now she can truly spread her wings into her very real life, the life after competitive gymnastics. But if her press conference was her certified departure from this sport, she deserved much more than she got. Log on to International Gymnast Online
and tell us what you think.